And the Cavaliers already with a focused look on their faces as they arrived earlier, planning on a strong performance in their home building. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The always busy and popular East 4th Street here in Cleveland, our setting today is just at the end of that block. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Hey, Dave.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. As you can say, he's been groomed for this, and it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And now a look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Walker and Smart, the guards. Enes Kanter is out there with Brown, and it's Williams at center. And for Cleveland, Osman outside at 3 with Nance down at the power forward spot. Colin Sexton is out there with Garland, and it's Henson in at the 5.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
Here's Osman. Back to Henson. Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Osman. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Brown. And here's Smart. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Marcus Smart's game, right? Just because you make contact with him doesn't mean he's not going to finish.
Garland with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. Williams with the block. Walker in the post, defended by Sexton, and that one is good.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Osman. He's covered by Brown. Now Sexton. He had 15 points last outing. It's deflected. Now here's Smart. To the inside. Makes it off the glass.
Well, Kevin, the defense looking completely lost. Marcus Smart just toying with them in the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now here's Walker. He picked up 21 points in their last win against New York.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Garland, the pass to Nance. Stolen by Kanter. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And a wide open look for Walker. A second chance effort. It's blocked.
Larry Nance, twice on the pipe, says no, sir.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Sexton. After Enes Kanter's basket, that's tipped.
Encouraging to see Kanter trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Enes.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Pass to Sexton. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Sexton the pass to Garland. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
And the foul on John Henson. That's his first foul. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Walker goes in. Now here's Smart. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 5.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
Osman the pass to Sexton. Dishes it to Garland. And taken away by Brown. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Smart leading the charge. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
To me, this is Jaylen Brown at his best, right? A superb player who gets to the rim in no time.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness. Bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
The first free throw is good. Well, adjusting to the NBA game for this latest class of rookies, Doris. Always growing pains, a feeling out process. It's always interesting to watch that being put together.
There are, Kev. There always seem to be a couple of welcome to the NBA moments as a rookie. Certainly you might take your lumps here and there, but this is a talented young group. Can't wait to see what they do.
I can't either. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how does the other team react to that?
And Nance kicks to Henson. Pass to Garland. Here's Sexton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Henson. Shot clock resets for the Cavaliers. The shot by Sexton, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Kanter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
And he knocks down the first one. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev? Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The drive by Nance. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
And that was an incredible year back in 2016. Of course, Draymond Green in that series suspended for Game 5. Doris changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how quickly things can shift and change in the NBA. Credit the Cavaliers. They made the bigger shots, and they had the best player on the floor in LeBron James. That was a season to remember.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Timeout called the Cavaliers. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me, Greg, was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
And looking now at some numbers for Sexton. Some last season stats for him. He was around 16 points per last year, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And here's Walker. 8 points for him. Pass to Cantor. Launches a 3. Good on the three-point shot. Cantor's got 7 points.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Garland with it. Now the pass to Osman. Six to shoot. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Boston making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. Just 4 to shoot. Nance passes to Osman. From outside, off the mark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul. Zizic has checked in for Cleveland. Porter comes in for Jetty Osman. Now, here's Garland. He's covered by Brown. Now Sexton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Porter. And another miss by Cleveland. Celtics leading by 17. Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the basket by Boston. Garland kicks to Love. Pass to Garland. With some arc, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown. Cleveland shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
Well, the big expectations for the Celtics going into last season never translated to the success many thought they would have. The vast majority of experts predicted that the Celtics would be in the NBA Finals. They were unequivocally, I think, the most disappointing team in the league. They just couldn't put the pieces together.
And he sinks the second. Endorse the depth of talent for the Celtics. In the end, it was their undoing.
100% right, Kevin. Too many players were unhappy about their roles. Too many guys felt like they could be doing more and could never adjust. As a group, trying to stay upbeat and connected with that amount of talent proves something the Celtics were incapable of doing. It draws more attention to the Warriors' sustained success. Their ability to make all that talent work was impressive.
Here's Wanamaker. It's tipped.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Porter. Rebound Boston. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Well, you have to capitalize when your opponent has miscues, Greg, and give this team some credit. Every time that opponent turned it over, they capitalized.
That free throw, no good. 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round picks.
You know, no question, Landry Shamet is a guy who I think can be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
Got a hand on it. Shoots. They get it again.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. Dellavedova, the pass to Love. Clarkson against Walker. Passes it to Dellavedova. 5 to shoot. Pass to Love. Love draws the double. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Here's Wanamaker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Walker in the corner. The pass to Wanamaker. Back to Walker. To the middle. It's picked off. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Now here's Walker. Defended by Dellavedova. Back to Walker. Out left to the wing. Here's Wanamaker. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
There's a minute 47 left here in the first quarter. Dellavedova with the ball, working on Walker, and it's denied, and he gets it back. Here's Tatum, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Kemba Walker. Last season, he played outstanding, 10th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. And that one falls for Tatum. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And so Tatum nails them both.
And when you look at the Cavs last season, Doris, a very young team after having been the oldest team in the league the prior season.
And Greg, it makes sense, doesn't it? You're trying to develop players, whether it's for your team or to try to put together a trade package in the future. You're hoping ultimately to gain value through that process and through the draft. But it takes time.
Here's Walker. The Cavaliers making the shot. Pass to Poirier. Wide open. Love grabs the board.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Clarkson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
How about Jordan Clarkson? The ability at his position to absorb contact and finish the play.
43 seconds left in the first quarter. To the left wing. Porter against Tatum. Just 3 to shoot. That one off the back iron and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Clarkson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
This, to me, is when Clarkson is at his best. When he's pushing the action, being aggressive, it carries over to the rest of the team, guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Shooting two.
Free throw good. Clarkson.
The one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control, and he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Celtics leading by 11. Left side Tatum. Passes to Tice. Back to Tatum. Over Porter. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Kemba Walker firing on all cylinders for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation to one of the better young coaches in our league.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Clarkson. Then it's John Henson. Then it's Porter. And it's Zizic in at the 5, down low. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Dellavedova is scanning the floor. Pass to Clarkson. Down low. Porter, no luck.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And here are the Cavaliers now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. A floater. The shot that time, not on target. And the Celtics going the other way now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Nice shot by Smart.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 15-point game. And there's the pass to Porter. Porter can't get that one to fall. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Smart. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
For Cleveland, they've gone 0 of 4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Outside, Porter. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
A nice shot by Poirier. And the Celtics lead by 19.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Larry Nance is checked in for Zizic. Osman comes in for Porter. Garland, he's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Sexton in for Matthew Dellavedova. Here's Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
That free throw good from Brown.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Now here's Smart after Colin Sexton's miss. Tatum dishes to Smart, down to 5 on the shot clock. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Osman. And another miss by Cleveland.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Garland the pass to Henson. Trying to end the drought. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Celtics leading by 22. Smart deciding where to go with it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And he makes the first. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And then chimes it in.
Well, Nance diving to the cup. Give him the basketball. Let him use that athleticism.
Celtics on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. Smart kicks to Williams. Tatum on the wing. Shoots it up. Uses the glass to drop it in. Tatum's got 8 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's Henson. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Garland with the bucket.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Celtics leading by 22. Outside, Smart. Tatum on the wing. Clock at 6. Cantor finds Tatum. And another basket for Boston.
This is right in Tatum's wheelhouse. That mid-range is his comfort zone.
And so here's Cleveland. Garland the pass to Henson. Now here's Sexton. Defense is right there. He can't hit that time.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Tatum. Now here's Smart. 8 points for him. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Williams. Takes a 3. Sexton grabs the board. Cleveland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Nance, no good.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Brown. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Ball's knocked loose. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
You know what I love about Larry Nance Jr.? This guy came into the league as a tremendous athlete, but his skill set just keeps improving. The passing, the shooting, I love it.
And the first one drops. And a quality defender. Larry Nance doesn't need Doris the ball to impact the game.
No doubt, Kevin, because he's willing to rebound the ball out of his area. He's willing to be a high motor guy on the defensive end. His activity is always a big lift to this team.
Kevin Love's checked in for John Henson. No good on the second free throw.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
Here's Love. What a terrific move that was.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Bounce pass from Smart. And Sexton over to help. Brown finds Smart. Back to Brown. Shoots over Garland. The shot missing. And Cleveland the other way now. Cantor, the pass to Williams. Love grabs the board. Love's got 8 rebounds in this game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And here is Garland. He's got 7. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Boston making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Garland with it. Shot clock at 5. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there from Williams. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Garland dishes to Sexton. Passes it to Love. Over Williams. And another miss by Cleveland. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Hayward. And 12 points for Jaylen Brown.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Cavaliers shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Walker goes in. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Garland. He's got 7. Love outside. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Williams with the stuff.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now, here's Sexton. No points in the game yet for him. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Oh, Nance in position. The shot, no good.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
And the slam by Williams.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, Another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Now here's Love. With the teardrop, Sexton's shot is good.
How about the soft touch on the floater from Colin Sexton? You must have that in your arsenal.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Back to Walker. Williams trying to break free. Three-pointer, Hayward. The rebound by Nance. The Cavaliers on offense. 1:11 left now here in the second. Garland the pass to Osman. Feeds to Love. Sexton with it. Picked up by Brown. Sexton's shot is good.
And Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
Walker, bounce pass. Shot left block. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Nance has got his fourth rebound in this one. Sexton deciding where to go with it. To the paint, stolen by Cantor. Brown outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two shots coming up.
Don't you love how physical Jaylen Brown is? This guy is not afraid to draw contact.
The Celtics have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you. What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
From deep. That one doesn't go. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Celtics opening up a huge gap. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Yes,
A tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. On the court right now for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Williams is out there with Ennis Cantor, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Pass to Smart. Clock at 4. Brown trying to free himself up. It's deflected. Stolen by Smart. Inside. And then Brown with the dunk.
Look, Kevin, when Jaylen Brown is feeling it, I think you've got to feed him because you want his confidence to grow as that skilled scorer you hope he will be.
The Cavaliers shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Tipped away. Osman, the pass to Nance. Can't hit from in close. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Celtics. Here's Brown. And it's Zizic with the rebound. Here's Osman, guarded by Walker. Here's Smart. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists in the game. Now Nance. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Out to the right wing. The pass to Garland. Shot clock at 6 from outside the arc. And it's Osman missing. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Over in the corner, Brown. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now, here's Garland. He has 7. Over Cantor. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And Brown throws it down.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Here's Sexton. To the middle to stop the run. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Yeah, Larry Nance Jr. doing a tremendous job drawing the contact. Get the defense to commit. Get yourself to the foul line.
The Cavaliers have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Nance.
What a story Larry Nance Jr. is, guys, because at 16, this is a young man who was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Remarkably, it didn't slow him down. This guy has become a great role model for kids everywhere. Control the disease with a very strict diet. That's what he's done.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Henson's checked in. Both free throws good from Nance.
And when you think about Brad Stevens, he has one thing he cites quite often. The quote is, toughness is being able to physically and emotionally perform your task through any condition. And boy, when you think about his teams, they have embodied that for most of his tenure.
And Doris, the Celtics seem like they lost a bit of that resiliency and some of that composure last season. How do you think they get that back?
I think, Kevin, it has to begin with their leaders. Those are the players you expect to set the tone with toughness and togetherness.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
He hits the second from the line.
And obviously, Doris, last year was a rough one for the Cavs. But if you're searching for bright spots, they did play fairly disciplined basketball.
I think you're right, Greg. When you think of all the new faces, they were only 9th in the league in turnovers, 6th in personal fouls. They didn't give a ton away, but the problem is they couldn't create much on the offensive end.
The shot's good from Henson.
It always helps to have a big who is willing to find open teammates. Larry Nance proving how unselfish he can be.
Outside Tatum. The kick out to Williams. There's the triple. Boston, no good that time either.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Garland, the pass to Henson. To the right side. The open look here for Sexton. Off target from outside.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Takes the 13-footer. Smart misses. For Cleveland, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Nance outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Nance has got 6 points.
How about the agility of Larry Nance Jr.? So good switching gears, getting into the lane.
Walker looking for an opening. Pass to Williams. Left side Walker. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight.
Now, this guy's so good at making great decisions. Jason Tatum on the catch and shoot. That's nice.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Garland kicks to Sexton. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oh, Tatum in position. 4-on-1, and they're running. And Nance slams it in.
And that's Nance Jr.'s go-to move. This guy doesn't mess around when he gets that kind of position.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Walker. Left side, Williams. Pulls it up. And another basket for Boston.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Here's Henson after Enes Kanter's basket, and Henson kicks to Sexton. Passes it to Osman. Now Garland, guarded by Tatum. Garland, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The floater. Walker's shot is off. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Oh, Nance in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, that's the nose for the basketball. Larry Nance, my goodness, what hops on that young guy.
Now here's Walker, defended by Sexton. Walker the pass to Williams. Nice ball movement by Boston. And stolen by Sexton. And he banks in the layup. Sexton's got 6 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
They double team Walker. Left side Tatum. Kanter in the corner. That one's not going to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Fires for three. Cleveland the rebound. The shot's good from Nance.
I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Yo, watch Walker.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Henson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And it's Osman missing.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one. Well, not an easy act to follow if you're Cedi Osman, right? You are taking over for LeBron James, one of the greats in the game, but I love his confidence.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Garland. He's got 7. Back to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Walker. Sexton the pass to Nance. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And the 31st pick back in 2015, Osman, a do-it-all energy type of player, Doris.
Yeah, he was one of LeBron's favorite teammates when he led the Cavs. They trained together all summer. No better role model for Cedi than perhaps the best player in NBA history.
And the Celtics with possession here. Here's Wanamaker. Poirier passes to Tice, and stolen by Love. Now here is Dellavedova. The dish now to Nance. Poirier grabs the miss. Poirier's got his 6th rebound on the night to the inside, and it's in there.
Well, that's the IQ of Gordon Hayward on display. He understands what the defense is trying to take away and finds the open man.
Taken away by Williams. Here's Wanamaker, defended by Dellavedova, and no good. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Zizic has checked in. Dellavedova, the pass to Zizic. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded closely. Zizic kicks to Clarkson. Clock at 6 over Williams. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Poirier. The tray. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Porter. Poirier grabs the miss. Poirier's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Wanamaker. 1:43 left to play in the 3rd. Williams can't get it to go. Cavaliers shooting 35% or so in the 3rd quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Boston shooting in the 2nd half so far about 45%. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
First free throw is good. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Robert Williams. And so he makes both from the line. 1:21 left in the 3rd quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the pass to Love. A 3 ball. Rebound Boston. Poirier's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Down low, Hayward, and Hayward with the stuff.
Well, just great recognition from Hayward. Shows his vertical to finish that pass.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. And the layup's good off the glass. Wanamaker's got 8 points.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, that man is going for the jugular.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Now, here's Clarkson. Pass to Zizic. Here is Porter. 4 on the clock. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Porter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
20 seconds left in the 3rd. To the paint. Here's Poirier. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Hayward outside. Great D that time from Love. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Zizic. Porter is out there with Martin. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Windler in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here is Martin. Back to Porter. It's stolen. Nobody near Williams. Drills the 3-pointer. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Porter looking it over. Free throw line jump shot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Here's Wanamaker. Poirier passes to Wanamaker. Now here's Langford. From beyond the arc. That shot missing. And there's a whistle. That goes on Romeo Langford. That's his first foul. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that 3-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. And here is Knight. Inside, here's Porter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this: the NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Celtics. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Passes it to Langford. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Brandon Knight.
Like the edge Langford plays with. He enjoys taking on defenders and trying to finish through the contact.
No good on the free throw.
And I just watched Romeo Langford. And guys, he looks the part in every way. Big, smooth, great change of direction, and he can flat out score.
And talking about Langford's ability to put up points, he has that popular step-back jumper, Greg, that's so difficult to defend.
Yeah, and you immediately think of James Harden, but a lot of guys use that step back. The one thing Langford does well, he gets to the rim where he can use all that length.
Williams with the block. Takes the 3. Langford misses. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
And he's able to get it back. Here's Poirier. Trains it from 9 feet away.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. The shot by Knight, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Poke loose. Now here's Langford. Guarded by Porter. Langford misses.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live, because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. And that one's good by Porter. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Now the feed to Williams. And the slam by Williams.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Knight kicks to Zizic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
And so he hits both. Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And he can't get the first one. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here is Knight. Pass to Windler. Poirier grabs the miss.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Wanamaker. He kicks it to Langford. There's the pass to Williams. Here's Wanamaker. 5 on the clock. Langford, the pass to Wanamaker. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Wanamaker's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Knight. Got a piece of it. It's 2-on-1. Ball going up court. Poirier, no good. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Langford with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Edwards. Finish off the break.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have two candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
First one falls for him. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Porter. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Dellavedova with the ball. Pass to Zizic. Back to Dellavedova. With the floater. No good on that one. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Here's Wanamaker, covered by Martin. Here's Poirier. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Poirier's gone 2 for 8, shooting just 25% from the field. Knight wide open, and a miss there on the triple. The Celtics have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Edwards, that's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now Dellavedova. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now, here is Knight. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. Down low. Here's Martin. Lays it up and banks it in. Martin's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Here's Poirier. Back to Wanamaker. And Langford has it in the corner. Here's Poirier. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Wanamaker, that ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Romeo Langford. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade, you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than 2s. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area 2s, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Now, here's Langford. Shoots from the baseline. Here's Tice. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. He tries for three. Offensive rebound.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Langford has it in the corner. Here's Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level. But I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
He's off on the second. Cleveland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Now here is Dellavedova. Tight defense on him. Knight finds Martin. 6 to shoot. Out tonight. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And it's Dellavedova missing. The Celtics shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions in the nice night it ended up being for Enes Kanter.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Knight for 3. Here's Henson. And Boston with the rebound. Now, here's Langford. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.